It's been said that 300 years as a colony of Spain gave Filipinos their devout Catholicism, while 50 years as an American colony gave them a bit of Hollywood. Pop entertainment, fast food, flashy cars, a very entrepreneurial spirit, and a passion for basketball. From back alley games right up to the Philippine professionals, complete with imported American players for added muscle.
2 minutes.
They love this game. Just ask the American ambassador. That's her cheering on her favorite teams in Manila.
I knew we shared things in common and a common legacy. I just never expected people to be able to quote to me, what LeBron James scored last night before I knew it. It's just amazing.
Christy Kenny is not what the Philippines has come to expect from a U.S. ambassador. She arrived here with a common touch, a very informal style that appeals to most Filipinos.
Did you get that in Washington? Yeah. So many Filipinos live in the United States. So many Americans live, work, have been through here, are married to Filipinos, Filipinas, and so we know each other well.
So well, she doesn't fret about the frequent anti-American demonstrations over various U.S. policies here because she says protesters are almost always polite and respectful. The way Filipinos view America does seem to be a love-hate relationship at times. America was a colonizer, that's hated. Americans fought and died to liberate the Philippines in World War II, that's loved. The U.S. once supported a Filipino dictator, hated. Then supported a people power revolution, loved. We got an earful riding in the taxi of Edgardo Alonzo, who was quick to criticize some Americans for acting like this was still their colony.
Do you think some Americans look down on Filipinos?
Well, yes, yes.
But then he was just as quick with his praise.
Because we have high regards with the Americans because of what they have done during the World War II.
There is no better symbol of the unique historical relationship between Filipinos and Americans than this solemn place, the vast American cemetery right in the heart of the Philippine capital.
Among the more than 100,000 American servicemen who died in the Pacific in World War II, nearly 17,000 are buried here. And 6 decades on, it's Filipino workers earning $7 a day who still clean and polish the headstones. Yet it took the same 6 decades for the U.S. to finally agree to pension payments for Filipino veterans who fought alongside American forces against the Japanese. It's a historical slight that many Filipinos take personally, especially those who have immigrated to the U.S. or want to.
Given the opportunity, how many of you would go work in the United States as nurses?
Every year, as many as 20,000 Filipino nurses seek out healthcare jobs in the U.S. The St. Joseph's Nursing School is filled with hopefuls, and they're blunt about the reasons. Better pay.
Most of the nurses there are given high salaries compared here in the Philippines.
Almost 20 times higher, in fact. Filipino nurses are also in demand for both their medical and people skills. They're very proud of that.
I just want to show other people in other parts of the world that Filipino nurses are really one of the best people in the world because we really show that we care about others.
But they're also aware that Filipinos often take the jobs that many Americans don't want, especially in service industries, jobs often viewed as second class.
Do you feel Filipinos, even professional Filipinos, such as nurses, are still looked down upon in the United States?
Yes, I believe that. In our history, that when you are white, you are much superior than when we are brown, with dark skin. I mean, there's still, we all, we know that.
That old love-hate thing again, raising its head, even among this country's best and brightest. But if there is one trait that allows Filipinos to weather these contradictory feelings toward America, it's their amazing sense of humor.
Your girlfriend's pregnant. Woo!
Filipino comic Tim Tayag lived for years in the U.S. He sees a lot of humor and pathos in the Filipino views toward America.
It's like, yeah, we hate America, we hate American imperialism, but at the same time, It's like the economy's so bad here, we want to move there and start a new life.
Sitting outside a Manila Starbucks, where else, Tayag told us there's still a tendency here to view America as the promised land, to want, even need America's pat on the back.
It's almost like when a Filipino artist makes it in the U.S., it's a validation that, yeah, you're good, you know?
Tayag says he even feels a little that way while watching Philippines boxing sensation Manny Pacquiao, who now ranks among the best boxers in history. Talk about Filipino bragging rights.
Hey, look at our guy. He made it, and he beat your guys or the other foreigners. So, like, take us seriously.
To many Filipinos, Pacquiao has indeed become a symbol of this nation's achievements and growing self-confidence. A nation of talented, resilient, industrious, and independent people. Yes, Filipino culture does still reflect those 300 years under Spanish rule and 50 years under the Americans. But so be it. This is who they are, and they are proud of it. For World Focus, I'm Mark Litke in Manila, the Philippines.